gotta tell you, I do not care how bad the Dallas Cowboys are. I do not care how injured they are. I do not care that they want Jason Garrett back. I don't care what Ben DiNucci is cooking in the kitchen. Meatballs, ravioli, baked ziti, man, he's cooking pasta fazool, because really, truly, when it comes to the Cowboys, the only pasta fazool they're going to get is a double moonwalking audience.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes.
I'm a grown-ass man. See, I'm a grown-ass man. Grown-ass man.
Hey everybody, King Dingbat here. I'm in my garage with a cigar. It's only a candy cigar because my wife won't let me smoke one after I put that big fat head up in our bedroom.
Let's get rid of that. At this point, I'd be happy for Dak to be playing for somebody else. And my team stinks. I agree. Stinks.
They laugh about us. We're a disgrace. We suck.
I am now Philly 500's bitch.
Dallas still stinks. Everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. We are 2 days away from the Eagles, Cowboys, and let me tell you, there is a shortage like never seen before of chickens in the Dallas area. Chickens are disappearing. They're turning up with their heads chopped off because of that satanic star on the helmet. It is Dallas week. It is time to double moonwalk that satanic star's ass. And we need to bring goodness back into this world. Goodness back into this light. And come Sunday night, that's exactly what the Eagles are going to do. They're going to bring goodness and light back into this world, because that satanic star is heavy. It is heavy. The 1-star rating Dallas Cowboys. I'll tell you, there's nothing like playing the Dallas Cowboys. I hate that team. And I gotta tell you, I got a lot of bets going on when it comes to the Cowboys. I got Joe Boo's head's probably going to come off if we could sweep them. This is an important game. Even though Dallas stinks, even though the division stinks, the Eagles, they just beat the Giants last Thursday. And you know what? Well, the Thursday before. But, every time we beat the Giants, it always seems to put us on a roll. So this is a big game. I got to tell you, I got a little pumped up today, right? I got a little pumped because I'm getting texts from Mark Holmes. Mark Homer. Him and Michael Anthony. Where's the fitness? And they are saying now that they have a great feeling about this game and that the Cowboys are going to go and beat the Eagles this Sunday. So, when I hear that, it pumps me up. So I'm ready to go. I'm ready for this game. It is time to beat Dallas and put all the pressure for all the people that I've bet. Put all the pressure on them the rest of the year. Now, we got to talk about injuries. We know Dallas is banged up. They're not going to have Andy Dalton. It's going to be Chef Ben DiNucci. He is going to be playing. But look, the Eagles, we're banged up too. That's why I don't feel sorry for the Dallas Cowboys. It's very hard to feel sorry for a team that has been lucky to be as healthy as they have over the last many years, while our team, we get beat to hell every year. But we don't complain. We don't use it as an excuse. And I don't expect the Cowboys to either. The final injury report just came out a while ago. So I want to talk about this really quick. So the Eagles ruled out 4 players. Miles Sanders, which is big. I really was thinking that Miles Sanders was going to play. And this creates a problem we're going to talk about in a minute. Alshon Jeffrey, he's out. No surprise. Why they would not put him on the physically unable to perform list is absolutely insane that they didn't do it. No Cravion LeBlanc, no Jack Driscoll, and no Craig James. Just a lot of injuries. And I also have to mention one Nate Gary, the cheerleader. Go Eagles, running around with his high heels on. He is on the IR. He has been put on the IR. And if we can keep him off the field, the defense will be improved dramatically, okay? The one big name that is going to play looks like Lane Johnson is going to play. How healthy will he be? I don't know. But you got to give Lane Johnson credit. He's a trooper, man. He's always trying to fight through injury, play through injury. You got to respect it. You got to respect it. But it does create an interesting scenario because earlier in the week we heard how Jordan Mailata was going to possibly play right tackle. If Jason Peters is ready to come back, he is going to be put at the left tackle position. Well, now we know Lane Johnson's playing right tackle, so what are they going to do with Jordan Mailata? Are you telling me that Jordan Mailata is going to go to the bench, that he is not going to play and start at left tackle over Jason Peters, a guy who's always injured, always getting false starts? Are we really going to do this? I mean, you got a young kid who's not perfect. He makes mistakes, can be better in areas. But for the most part, he's been pretty decent. And he's got a lot of talent. And we're going to pull him and bench him. I want to see what the Eagles are going to do because I can't believe they would actually do this. Okay, I think this would be a big mistake. And it probably won't last too long because something will happen. It usually does. All right, and when you look at the Eagles offense, right? When you look at this offense going up against the Dallas Cowboys, I don't think Dallas defense is good at all. I think they absolutely 1,000% stink. They stink. I mean, really, you think their strength is their linebackers, but their secondary stinks. Their defensive line doesn't get pressure. They get rid of Griffin. They get rid of Dontari Poe. They're basically selling off. Okay, so the Eagles should be able to move the ball, should be able to have success. But will they do the right things in order to have that success? Travis Fulgham, to me, he is by far, and it shouldn't be disputed, your best receiver on the team, your best wide receiver on this team, okay? And here's the thing that I don't understand, that I don't get, okay? Why do the Eagles keep treating him like he's just some rotational wide receiver that, especially early on in the game, we don't need to go after him. We don't need to throw him the ball. And he goes a whole half. This is 2 weeks in a row. He goes like a whole half without even getting any passes his way. You have to go to this guy early and often. You have to get him involved. He is your best wide receiver. Okay, so will Doug do that? I don't know. You already got Doug possibly putting Peters at left tackle, which is concerning. And did you see his press conference where he was like, he actually said that Jordan Mailata could learn something like Nelson Aguilar did when he got benched? I don't know what he's talking about. Crazy. Anyways, so I wonder how they're going to use these wide receivers, right? I wonder how they're going to use the left tackle position, right? And then when it comes to the running back situation, no Miles Sanders. Corey Clement has shown us nothing. Boston Scott was a little bit better last week versus the Giants. I would keep Boston Scott where he is doing his thing. But it's time to bring up Elijah Holyfield. Let's give the young buck, let's give a guy, a young physical running back who's faster than Corey Clement. Let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance in this situation. Will they do it? I have no idea. I highly doubt it. So it's going to be interesting. But we are getting Jalen Reagor back, and that is the good news. That is the extremely good news. Jalen Reagor is coming back. Him, Travis Fulgham, Hightower. I like these wide receivers. They're young. They're explosive. And I look forward to seeing what they could do. And then you got Greg Ward in the slot. And let me tell you, Greg Ward is having a very good year, very underrated. Nobody talks about him, but he's been pretty solid. Of course, Zach Ertz is out. I don't think Dallas Goedert's going to play either. So, it's going to be Richard Rodgers, he's been good as a tight end for us. So I'm okay with that. I think offensively, through the air, the Eagles are going to have a lot of success. I do. I think running the ball, that's going to be the bigger question. I want to see who they bring up. If they bring up Elijah Holyfield, and if they use Huntley more, you got to, and I didn't say this earlier, but you have to use Huntley more. He is very explosive, and I would give Huntley, Boston Scott, and then I would bring up Elijah Holyfield for like short yardage situations and things like that because he's more physical. If you use those three guys, especially Huntley, I think the Eagles should be able to run. But if you put Corey Clement up there, I'm just not confident in that run game. I really am not. But passing the ball is not going to be a problem. The Eagles should be able to put up at least 30 points against the Dallas Cowboys. So I expect Carson to have a very, very big game. I think this is going to be a 3-4 touchdown game, over 300 yards passing. And I think this is going to be one of Carson's, if not his best game all year. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, you would think that, hey, look, the Eagles are going up against a third-string chef as quarterback. Zeke Elliott looks like he's always eating that chef's food. He don't look good. Pollard, he looks better than Zeke, in my opinion. And then you have a beat-up offensive line. Sure, Dallas has offensive weapons at receiver, but they're not going to have time to get them the ball, especially with this young quarterback. That's what you would think, okay? But to be honest with you, on the defensive side of the ball is where I fear this game the most. This is the one part that I'm uneasy about. This is the one part that bothers me, and that is young quarterbacks going up against Jim Schwartz. Because if you look at young quarterbacks, for whatever reason, they tear Jim Schwartz's defenses up. Okay, remember Haskins late last year? It just happens. And the reason I think it happens is because Jim Schwartz is so stubborn. He refuses to bring pressure. He just wants to rush his front four, and he just wants to wait and be reactionary to whatever the quarterback's going to do. And I just don't think that works. If you go back to the old days, Jim Johnson, no young quarterback, no rookie quarterback would ever put big games together against Jim Johnson, because the idea is you throw these young quarterbacks things they've never seen, blitzes from all angles. You confuse them. You try to get them to throw into bad areas and things like that. But Jim Schwartz doesn't do it. He just sits back, and that is the one area that scares me. We don't really know what to expect from Ben the Chef DiNucci. We don't. Maybe a pasta vazul, maybe a baked ziti, maybe he'll cook up some bread. You know what I mean? But we don't really know what to expect from him. I mean, we don't. I wonder if he can make eggnog, by the way. Chef DiNucci's organic eggnog for Philly 500. Let's do it. But in all seriousness, that is the one thing that scares me, that we're rushing we're not getting a ton of pressure, and he's got a lot of time to sit back. If you give any team enough time, they'll tear you up, man. I don't want Chef DiNucci cooking and carving up our defense, okay? And that worries me. You got Cooper, Gallup, who I think is their best receiver on their team. And then you have CeeDee Lamb. These guys have enough time. They're going to get wide open. And to me, the whole key to this defense is making sure that you get pressure on DiNucci, that you bring the blitz when you have to. And I say this every week, and they never do it. But especially with a young quarterback, you got to make him uncomfortable. You got to show him things he's never seen. And it will confuse him. He will turn the ball over. He will lose confidence early. Then it is easy sailing. The worst thing you want to do is give this kid all day to just throw, because you're just sitting back waiting for him to make a mistake instead of pushing him to make that mistake. That is my biggest fear about this game, just straight up. And the fact that Dallas is, they're in a corner. They're in a corner. Their whole season's falling out from under them. They've selling off some of their guys on the roster. The Eagles have to take this seriously. The Eagles have to take this like their lives depend on it. They cannot lose this game. You win this game, you get a bye week, you're going to get a lot of guys back. But yes, I am scared defensively because I don't trust the defensive coordinator to call a good enough game to confuse this quarterback. This young quarterback, he should struggle all game, man. Maybe 130 yards passing, couple interceptions, a fumble, things like that, just because he hasn't seen what Jim Schwartz has seen, But it doesn't work that way. Jim Schwartz will just rush the floor, drop everybody back to the sticks, and then just go through the motion. And he's going to slowly build confidence. He's going to slowly start to rip off some plays, and then it comes back to haunt you. That is my biggest fear of this game. Now, do I think that's going to happen? Not at the end of the day. I think Dallas will struggle running the ball against the Eagles. We don't have Nate Gary playing, which is a huge advantage because every team looks for 47. Where's 47? Where's the 47? Where's 47? There he is. There's my bitch. And then they go right at him. That's what they do. And the guy's running with his pom-pom. Oh, go, go, go. He's got the cleanest jersey I've ever seen a starter have. Okay, he's running with high heels. So he's off the field. You look at Davion Taylor, right? I thought he looks really good, man. I mean, like he's athletic. He is fast. Get this kid on the field. Get Sean Bradley on the field. Let's go. You know what I mean? We're gonna see. You know, I think at the end of the day, though, those are my concerns defensively. But I think as long as the Eagles can get pressure on DiNucci and stop throwing, I don't think Dallas is going to be able to move the ball at all. I really don't think so. They haven't the last few weeks, and I think that'll continue. But the Eagles have to get pressure on him. That's the whole key. And really in the NFL, I think that's a key a lot of times, but especially with a young guy. A young guy like DiNucci, he should not know what's coming at him next. He should not be recognizing, picking up the blitzes, all those kind of things. So we're going to see how it turns out. Obviously, if I had to do a prediction for this game, I think that the Eagles are going to dominate. I think the Eagles are going to dominate early. I think they're going to score a lot of points. I think Carson's going to have his best game. So I'm going to say the Eagles are going to win this game 34-17. That's what I think the final score is going to be. And then the Eagles get a bye week. We go and get the healthy. And look, you know, Dallas is beat up. I mean, they are beat up to hell. And it happens. And then to see what happened with Andy Dalton last week, where he gets hit and nobody came to his protection. You know, I don't know what's going on with this team. But you do have to be careful because, you know, they're cornered. They're in a corner, and the only way out is to fight themselves out. So sometimes team like that with no pressure, they come out and they surprise you. But as long as the Eagles do those things that I talked about, get pressure on DiNucci, throw things that, you know, that he's not expecting, and then Carson in that passing game, I expect to have a big day. Those are my thoughts on the game. I will be streaming the game Sunday night, so you definitely want to be here for that. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be intense. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.